Like I said, I'm really happy for her, and hopefully I can recruit her to the Fever somehow, some way, one day. Who knows? I'm gonna try to figure that out. I don't know.
Caitlin Clark recently talked about possibly recruiting Kate Martin to the Fever in the future. Her latest interview is going viral, catching attention with her bold opinions, honest thoughts, and a peek into the mindset of one of basketball's brightest stars. Fans are amazed by her humility and drive.
Overwhelming me with new things that we can work on, but just adding little things and refining certain things that, can help me be much more successful in year two. And then also just trying to get stronger and be in the weight room a lot. So it's been fun. I feel like this is the first time I've really had a chance to really work on my game and work on my craft and be really focused on.
Caitlin Clark, one of the most exciting talents in basketball today, has grabbed the world's attention again, not with a record-breaking game, but with her powerful words. In a heartfelt and thoughtful new interview, Clark looked back on her journey from her humble beginnings to her rapid rise to stardom.
Yeah, I think going into my second year, I was just so excited to finally get to play in front of people. I remember asking, it was the exhibition game. And I remember going up to Coach Fitz, I'm how many people do you think are going to be here? I kept asking, I was so giddy on finding out how many people were going to come, what the crowd was going to be like. I remember being so excited to finally play in front of our fans and the people that have supported, the program far before I got there. So I just remember being super giddy about that. And I remember at that time we had put down the curtains. We were playing in technically they kind of make it feel like a smaller venue in a way. So the curtains would be down. And we didn't do that my last 2 years. So even that feels completely different, and they still don't do that this year for the girls either. So I remember just being so excited. I think there was probably 4,000, 3,000 people there maybe if I had to guess, but I was so excited to play in front of.
Clark's rise to fame is truly remarkable, but in the interview, she was quick to remember her roots. She talked about the early days when playing in front of a small crowd felt like the highlight of her career. Back then, I was just excited to have anyone come to watch me play, she said. I'd see familiar faces in the stands, family, friends, and a few locals, and that support meant the world to me, even when the crowd wasn't big.
Looking back and watching those games from my freshman year, honestly, I don't remember a lot of them. One of the only ones I really remember was probably the Iowa State one at home, where we came back from, I think, down 18 points. But we're playing in front of nobody. There wasn't anything super memorable about that year. You're playing in front of cardboard cutouts and then just your family members. So that was kind of a blur. And at some points, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel like it gave me a year to kind of get my feet wet in college basketball.
Fast forward to today, and Clark's games are must-watch events, drawing thousands of fans to arenas and millions more watching from all over the world. The huge difference between then and now shows not only her amazing growth as a player, but also the significant impact she's had on the sport.
That is big time. Could you imagine the Caitlin Clark we're going to see this year? She's going to be just ruthless on a whole other level. Her shot is probably going to be that much sharper. Her vision on the court is going to be that much better. And I'm telling you right now, I see MVP loading.
Despite her success, Clark stays humble. In the interview, she expressed gratitude for the opportunities she's had and the people who've supported her. I wouldn't be here without my coaches, teammates, and fans, she said. Every step of the journey has been a team effort, and I never forget that. Clark's humility is clear in how she connects with fans, respects the game, and acknowledges those who paved the way for her success. This grounded mindset has made her a fan favorite and a role model for aspiring athletes.
But I'm just very grateful and thankful to have played at a place that loves women's basketball in the way that it does, and has really helped me flourish. And it'll be exciting for me to go back and be inside Carver. I haven't been there since I played my last game, so it'll be really special.
Clark's journey to stardom wasn't easy. In the interview, she shared the countless hours of practice, sacrifices, and challenges she faced to get to the top. It wasn't always glamorous, she admitted. There were early mornings, late nights, and moments of doubt. But every time I stepped onto the court, I remembered why I loved the game, and that kept me going. Her work ethic and determination have been key to her success. Clark has always pushed herself to improve, setting new standards for what's possible in the game. Whether it's her long-range shooting, court vision, or leadership, her dedication shows in every part of her play.
More successful in year two, and then also just trying to get stronger and be in the weight room a lot. So It's been fun. I feel like this is the first time I've really had a chance to like really work on my game and work on my craft and be really focused on it. And obviously that was hard. In college, you know, even going into my senior year was really the last time I could work on things and add things. But at the same time, like, we had our foreign trips, so we were practicing, and like it was almost felt like the regular season at some points with how many practices we were allowed. And then we're gone in all of August too, traveling overseas. So like I feel like this is really my first time in quite some time where I can really like focus and be in the gym by myself and with.
As a trailblazer in women's basketball, Clark's impact goes far beyond her on-court performances. She's become a symbol of what's possible for young athletes, especially girls who dream of playing at the highest level. Her ability to attract huge audiences and bring excitement to the game has helped take women's basketball to new heights.
And that's what Caitlin Clark has done. Caitlin Clark has changed the industry. She is bigger than the WNBA.
Looking ahead, Clark shared her excitement for the future as she prepares for the next phase of her career. Her focus remains on improving her game and helping her team succeed. The interview also hinted at a bigger vision for her career beyond personal achievements. Clark stressed the importance of growing the game and using her platform to make a positive impact. Her passion for the sport and dedication to its growth show why she's not just a player, but a true ambassador for basketball.
I think I always try to remind myself, like, look in the mirror first, evaluate what you can do to get better. And how you can help your team, because like every team I've been on, like I'm the person they're going to look to as a point guard, as a leader. You know, that's what's going to be most important. But also I try to, you know, convey my thoughts to the media the best I can to help them understand the game and understand what I'm going through and what I'm thinking. I try to give thoughtful, authentic answers too to help them. And, you know, I think that's been a great part of, you know, helping our game grow too, is, you know, the articles that people can write or the stories that people can tell or how they can convey the game to people that are reading their article or listening to their podcast. I think that's really helpful too, hearing it from the player's perspective.
Caitlin Clark, one of the most beloved figures in basketball, is no stranger to the spotlight. Known for her electrifying performances and game-changing impact, she has won the hearts of fans not just in Iowa, but across the nation. As she prepares for one of the most emotional moments of her career, her jersey retirement, Clark is reflecting on the unwavering support of her fans and the deep connection she shares with the Iowa community.
It isn't like a goal where you show up to campus and you're like, like I want to have my jersey retired one day. Like nobody does that. Nobody thinks that way. Like you just give your all for the program and the university. And, you know, there's been a lot of really good players to come through our program and have, you know, would have been National Player of the Year, Big Ten players, you know, whatever it is. And I think we only have 2 with their jersey retired right now.
Caitlin Clark is about to reach a milestone that most athletes can only dream of, the retirement of her jersey. This rare honor, especially for someone so young, shows the lasting impact she's had on both Iowa and the sport as a whole. As the day approaches, Clark is feeling a mix of excitement, gratitude, and reflection. The event represents more than just a personal achievement. It's a recognition of the hard work, challenges, and incredible journey that have defined her career.
Start with the positives, the motion, the popularity, the things that we know. Caitlin Clark's jersey getting retired by Iowa on February 2nd against USC. Really cool, right? Like a cool moment. Best player in school history, maybe best player in college history, regardless. You know, amazing historic.
Though she's known for her steely focus and calm demeanor on the court, Clark hinted that next week's ceremony might bring out a side of her that fans rarely see. "I'm not usually an emotional person," she said with a laugh. "It'll be interesting to see how she holds it all together during the ceremony, but seeing her jersey retired will be a huge accolade for her, as she's widely regarded as one of the best college women's basketball players ever."
Probably, you know, really feel all the emotions until I'm going to be inside of Carver and really see it and experience that with my family. And I'm not usually a very emotional person, but I feel like this will probably make me a little more emotional. And usually, like, when we've had certain things inside of Carver, I've been competing or playing shortly before, like, something like that has happened, whether it's been a senior night or something like that. So it's hard to kind of evoke emotion after you just competed for 40 minutes. But now that I'm not actually going to be playing, I feel like I'll probably be a little more emotional, even though I'm not a super emotional person.
Clark is preparing for what will be an unforgettable day, surrounded by family, teammates, and fans. She'll reflect on the journey that brought her to this moment and the legacy she's leaving behind. As Caitlin Clark gets ready for this milestone, it's clear that the ceremony is about more than just a jersey. It's a celebration of the bond between a player and her community. For Clark, It's a chance to thank the people who've supported her every step of the way. Known for her competitive spirit and drive, one of Clark's most admirable qualities is her unwavering support for those closest to her. This was especially clear when she watched her best friend and former teammate, Kate Martin, excel in the Unrivaled league.
People are really kind of seeing the basketball player Kate Martin is now in 3-on-3, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And it's obviously the 3-on-3 game is a lot different than the 5-on-5 game, and the style that they're playing on a full court. Usually 3-on-3 is played on a half court. And with the fast-paced shot clock, I think it reminds me of how